Good morning, the students of class 6. I hope all of you are fit and fine. I am your Muhma ma'am. Now SST class, and I will discuss the first chapter, history. Okay, information about the past. So all of you open your SST book, page number 9. History and prehistory. The term history has been derived from the Greek word historia, which means inquiry or research. History is the study of change over time and progress from the past to the present world. It can be defined as a systematic description of the past events. It is based on facts and not on imagination. It helps us to learn about the great people, culture, art, and architecture of the earlier times. History motivates us to make the present world a better place to live in. Historians divided history into two parts. Prehistory refers to that period when the art of writing was unknown. Our information about prehistory depends upon the remains of tools, bones, and weapons that have been excavated. We learn about the age of artifacts through carbon dating. There are many instances, such as the discovery of fire and the invention of the wheel, that occurred in the prehistoric period. This means that we have no idea of when exactly these developments took place. What is carbon dating? Carbon dating is a method of estimating the age of materials. This method, developed by Willard F. Libby, can date samples that are as old as 50,000 years. It has proven to be useful in archaeology, geology, geophysics, and other branches of science. History refers to the period after the invention of writing. The written records, dates, names of places, and people may be on Bhojpatras. Chronology is the way events are arranged in or according to the order of time. AD does not mean after death. It is an abbreviation for Anno Domini, which is a Latin phrase meaning in the year of our Lord, referring to the year of Christ's birth. In most usages, BC stands for before the Common Era and CE stands for Common Era. The dates are counted backwards in BCE. 100 BCE comes before 99 BCE. BC is used in place of BC and CE is used in place of AD. The word common in both instances refers to the Gregorian calendar. For example, 2015 can be written as CE 2015. Okay. Palm leaves or pillars are sources of information. History is generally categorized into three periods, namely ancient, medieval, and modern. Let us see how a historian studies the source material and then draws conclusion. The source material can be divided into three categories: oral sources, archaeological sources, and literary sources. Why is study of the past important? The study of the past is important so as to know more about our ancestors and the society of those times, how they lived, what they ate, what they wore, their beliefs and faiths, their art and crafts, etc. History is a journey into another world or age when life was different. History gives us information about our country, and other countries of the world as well, its past and culture. It helps us understand people and societies and provides moral understanding. History keeps records of changes that have taken place over a period of time. Archaeological sources. Some materials of the past are buried deep under the earth. They are either discovered by chance or archaeologists dig certain places and find ancient inscriptions, coins, pots, or buildings. The study of these remains tell us archaeologists about the religious, social, and cultural conditions of the time. For example, buildings excavated from Mohenjo-daro provide useful information about the Indus Valley civilization. The archaeological sources are mainly inscriptions, coins, monuments, sculptures, paintings, articles of daily use, and skeletons. Inscriptions are the writings which are engraved on rocks, pillars, clay tablets, the walls of the temples and caves. They tell us about the kings, their empires, achievements, as well as the society and the language of that period. The inscription of Ashoka's period tell us about his achievements in the field of administration and the steps that he took, like buildings, hospitals, wells, etc. For the welfare of public, the inscriptions were put up in places where the common people could read them easily. The study of inscription is called epigraphy. So students, it is your homework and all of you read it very well, and next day I will discuss the rest part of the chapter. Okay, have a good day.